Today, class, we are going to be talking about perimeter and area. Does anyone know what perimeter and area is, or what at least one of them are? Yes, Abby?
The perimeter is the border, basically, and to find it, you add all the sides together.
Very good, yes. We're going to be talking about perimeter and area today. So with the perimeter, like Abby said, it's when you add all the sides together of a rectangle. So, can you give me an example of a perimeter? Or can anyone else give me an example of a perimeter?
If you wanted to measure a fence.
Yeah, a fence is a great example
background.
of a perimeter. Exactly, because you don't want to have your fence all within your house. You only want it on the outside of your house. Therefore, you have to add all of these sides together. Good, that is a good little introduction to perimeter. Now, what about area? Can we discuss area for a second? Now, area is different than perimeter because it involves the amount of space that it will take up. It's not just the outside. So it'll include the perimeter. Can you think of an example for something that you would find the area of, maybe? That's okay if not. Let's see. What about a fish tank? So we have a fish tank and we want to fill it with water. So what if we were just fill the perimeter of a fish tank with water?
You couldn't do that.
Exactly. You can't do that. You can't do that at all. So you would have to find the area in order to find how much water you need to put in the tank. All right. So first I'm going to draw a rectangle. And we are going to have the length as 10 feet and the width as, I don't know, let's just say 5 feet. Now, if I have the length as 10 and the width as 5, and we are trying to find the perimeter. When we're trying to find the perimeter, Abby said earlier, it's all of the sides together. So, how many sides does a rectangle have? Let's recap.
4.
Good. A rectangle does have 4 sides. So we need to make sure that we have 4 numbers. So we're going to have a space plus a space plus a space plus space equals the area. I'm sorry, the perimeter. That was my bad. All right. So, like we said earlier, if you have 10 and 15, or 10 and 5. 10 and 5, we can't really see that, but we'll show Abby here. 10 and 5. What would the perimeter be? What would be one of the first steps you would take in order to solve this problem?
You would add all the sides together, so you would do 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5.
Good, that's perfect. 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5. Now, once we add all those together, we will get 30. So now we know that 30 feet is our perimeter. Very, very good. See, easy enough, easy enough. Okay. Now, let's talk about the way we would write that as an equation or like a formula. So you said it would be all the sides together. Well, what do we call those sides? They're the lengths and the widths. So we could say a length plus a length plus a width plus a width equals the perimeter. And we could also say, could I do 2 lengths plus 2 widths equal the perimeter?
Yes.
Do you know why I could do that?
Because putting the 2 in front of the length is the same thing as adding 2 together.
Good. You're using your good multiplication skills, I see there. So since you have 2 lengths and 2 widths, we will use 2L plus 2W equal the perimeter. All right, we're going to move on from the perimeter really fast, and we're going to talk about the area really quickly. So we're going to do the same type of thing. I'll use the same numbers. So let me draw it out here. 10 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet. Now, if I'm trying to find the area of something, we don't want all of the sides. We want the whole entire space. The whole entire space, not just the 4 sides. So how do you think that we could get the whole entire space? Do you have any ideas?
Maybe multiplying the length by the width.
Very good. That's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to take 10 feet by 5 feet. And what's 10 times 5?
50.
Right. So that's 50. So that's 50 feet. So we multiply. See, and we can also use our reasoning to check. Because 50 feet is more than 30 feet, correct? Because we want the whole entire area, so it needs to be more. All right, so now that we use multiplication there, can we think of an equation that would maybe go with that?
L times W.
Good. This equation is a little bit easier than the perimeter one because you only have to remember 2 of the parts. So you do your length times your width, and you get the area. Awesome job. Doing great. All right, now the cool thing about perimeter and area is that we use it in our everyday lives a lot. Whether we realize it or not, we use it every day. So I'm going to come up with some real life examples for you. Actually, we'll do one right here. I'll just show you it. So here's a rectangle, right? It's a pencil bag. And it's the shape of the rectangle. Now, I'm not sure the dimension, so we're just going to go with it. So let's say this is, I don't know, let's see, 5 inches by, 6 inches. So we can draw it out on our sheet of paper again. So we have 5 by 6, 5 by 6. Now, the real life example. So if I want to find the amount of space this takes up, would I want to use the perimeter formula, or would I want to use the area formula?
Area.
Good, area, because we're looking for the whole space. I don't want just the outside of this pencil box. I want the whole space. So we would get out our little pencils, and we can write in our 2 spaces, length times width equals area. So we have a 5 times a 6. And that will give us
30.
5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30. Good job. 30, let's say inches. Don't forget your units on real life problems. So that's a quick example of how we do a real life problem. Now we're going to go back to our seats, the whole classes, and you're going to work with your table groups really quickly. And y'all are going to come up with your own practice problems, since y'all are doing so well with the ideas. So just like I came up with my pencil bag, let's see if we can come up with some more like that. Can any table group think of a perimeter problem that we could use to find maybe?
Since it's summertime, let's do a pool.
Good, a pool's a very good one. So let's say we have a rectangle pool. So everyone needs to be drawing on their papers. Let's draw a rectangle pool together. Now, let's just say, what would the dimensions of would you like this pool to be?
Something big.
Something big. A big pool?
Yeah.
Let's see. We can do 20 feet by, you can make up the other one. Or talk with your table group.
30.
30, okay. All right. Now, would you want to find the perimeter or area of this problem?
Both.
Both. Very good. You can find both. You want the perimeter of the problem at first because you want to know the exact dimensions of your pool so you can walk around and know how much space that you have left over on your sides. Very good. So we would find the perimeter. How do we find the perimeter?
2L plus 2W.
Good. 2L plus 2W. So we have 2 times our L and 2 times our W. Now these are a bit bigger numbers, so we don't have to actually solve the problem out this time. We'll just practice setting each problem up. Now you said that this could be used for this. I think it's so good. This problem can be used for both. So let's look at area. How do you think that we could find the area?
L times W.
Good. The length times the width. So we're going to look at the problem. Look at your length times your width. 30 times 20. And that will give you your area. Great job. Now I'm going to pass out this worksheet to y'all. It's called Square and Perimeter. I made some practice problems up. There's probably about 6 to 7 practice problems, and there's 2 word problems. So the word problems are like the ones we've been practicing in class, where I showed you the pencil bag and I showed you the pool, or Abby showed you the pool example. Those are the real life problems. So there's 2 of those that you're going to have to solve the word problems for. And then on the back of the sheet, I challenge all of you to create your own problem. All right? So I'm going to pass out this worksheet to all of you right now. And I'll give you some time to work on it, and make sure you raise your hand if you have any questions.